This one here, how many minutes? It's kind of a trick question. You don't really have to deal with that until the very end, I would say. But they're saying Margaret's taking her boyfriend on a date to the arcade and bowling. They spend, at the bowling, it'll cost $17 every hour they're there. $17. And each hour at the arcade, it's going to cost $12. They spend 3 hours total on their date. And they spend a total of $42.25. How many minutes did they spend at each place? Well, let's break it down here. You've got a 3-hour date. So let's say B plus A is equal to 3 hours, and we'll deal with the minutes later. Total time spent on the date, some at the bowling alley, some at the arcade, is equal to $3. But we also have this $17 that we spent per hour at the bowling. I don't know what a D represents. Bowling, plus there's $12 per hour at the arcade, and they added up to $42.25. Okay. So to get rid of a variable, we need to combine these two together. We can do a substitution thing, but it's kind of set up for a combination. Smaller numbers are always going to be easier, so if you multiply by negative 12, you get negative 12b minus 12a equals negative 36. So that cancels. This, you're left with a 5b, and if you subtract 36 from 42.25, you end up with 6.25. If you divide, you're going to divide both sides by 5. You get b equal to 1, remainder, and then 0.2, and then remainder 2 of 5. So bowling, that's 1 hour, and it's not 1 hour and 25 minutes. We want to say that, but 1.25 hours or 1 hour and a quarter. Well, a quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. A full hour is 60 minutes. So 60 and 15, that's 75 minutes bowling. Okay. Now, we also have the time in the arcade, but that's why this equation is pretty easy. Because if you look at B, that's that's 1.25, and that means that's 1.75. So 3/4 of an hour is 45 minutes. Add that to the 1 hour where we say A is equal to 1.75. So 60 minutes plus 45, it's a grand total of 105 minutes, for another grand total of 180 minutes, which would be the full 3 hours.